And we're back to more Witcher 3. No, let's go finish.
Look at that, just look.
Well, work on Dandelion's thing. Oh god. The lag. Or I just like how it decrypts the crossbow. Because sometimes you want the crossbow equipped.
Temple Guard let even you into the city.
Why yes. Yes they do. Oh god.
Woo!
The lag. I see him though. There was a dandelion.
Got right cabbage last night. Head feels like it's full of
Wait.
sauerkraut.
Polly, everything all right?
One drink all I had.
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiance. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait, do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter and start looking.
Fine.
Fine. Let's find the key.
I'm not drunk.
Damn it. Now where would you...
The key.
Hey look, I found the key. Okay, move. Boo. Just gonna barge into your house now.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
Fancy
You said
words.
that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your
she
betrothed
need
is
to
a
look up what
first-class
cabaret
artiste,
is.
and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, And that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Man, you just gonna make the other
Suppose.
dancers.
In that case.
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then.
Choreograph the other dancers.
See you
to
at the
be
Rosemary,
free.
Polly.
I still need
Well,
like over cabaret
I'm off.
here.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
I didn't even have to punch him.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlegs. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
Okay, I'll go get the placard.
I'll go see Rodlick. You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Cheap wine's good, because it's good and
Okay, I need to take a second. The hell is the cabaret? Now, of course, the Google's being slow again. Sorry for the Google to wake up.
Hey, look at that tramp. Yeah, quite a smart jacket for a tramp. Maybe.
Snake eyes. Got a snake's tongue as well.
My, what a freak.
Like, seriously, Google. Wake up.
Watch it,
Google's
tramp.
not waking up. It's just like sitting there on a flat screen, like doing nothing.
Double chance.
Irritating me. That's because I'm not even sure if it's uploading at the moment. Yep. Now it actually... Now it's not responding. So that's progress, I suppose. Problem though is Chrome uses like a frickin' ton of frickin' memory. They don't really have for other things. Oh, now it's finally awake. You ready? That means I can open a new tab, maybe. That takes a day and a half to load. Joy. Just pause there and look for this stuff. Okay, what the hell is a cabaret? 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 How do I spell it? Cabaret. Cabaret, yeah. Okay, so Google, what the hell is a cabaret? Before you say, couldn't you just look this up on your phone? My phone ran out of magical minutes, so a long time ago. Oh, wow, that's a thing. Okay, Google, you can go away now. Oh god, hopefully it just went away and did, you know, close or something stupid. Okay, so cabaret is basically entertainment held in a nightclub or restaurant. Well, the people eat at tables and stuff. So yeah, nothing too raunchy about that.
Looking for Rodlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halfling's in debt to half the city, but I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
There's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
Take what you want. I'm just here for some placards.
You deaf? Didn't you hear me? This is all mine now. Fuck off, freak.
I thought we'd resolve this peacefully.
You'll regret this, mutant.
I asked nicely. God, there's not enough room to fight in hell. This is stupid. Fighting that chest under there. How about I just punch you constantly? Oh,
Any
there's
last
the-
words?
Okay.
Tell me what you want, damn it!
Placards.
There ain't no ploughing placards here.
And Rodlick? Where's he?
Same place as always. Vehicle butter state. Losing his
There you
last
go, back
crowns at
there
the
again.
races.
See? Wasn't that easy? Could have said so right away.
Yes, you could have. Saved me time and effort. But now, you guys had to start something. Had to start something.
A trial for a man.
Next up, should we go back to the Vega Buddy estate quite a few times, honestly.
A pan.
Oh! I tell you, this city will devour.
Like, we go there first for those races, we come back there for races, we go back there
I never let your kind in, no regret proper.
for potential races, we go back there for another quest, we go back there for another quest, we go back there at least four more times. Well, not 4 more. We go there at least 5 times, maybe 6. There we go, wording. Yeah, we haven't even been inside the estate yet. Like, we've just been on, you know, the outskirts. The racetrack. You can use the anti-sign to force an algo to hide its spikes. Or you could, you know, just murder the algo and not worry about it. Spruce up the vineyard. That's a spoiler. That is such a spoiler. So wait, we get a vineyard? Spoilers, you get a vineyard. It's pretty great. Doesn't really fit with the whole Witcher thing. I mean, we wander places carrying monsters. We don't really stay at one place for long. But, you know, it's still a nice thing. Oh god, my frames. They're herping. Oh boy, are they herping. This is some Far Cry 5 shit. Probably because I drained too much of my memory, you trying to frickin' search for that thing. And now the game's having a fit.
Well, Rotlick.
Hey, it's Rotlet.
You Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Yeah, I dealt with them.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
I've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Well, here's the thing. How about I win that race for you?
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You are that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
So I'm afraid to see the searcher. Never know when they'll accuse him of witchcraft.
So many bow cuts in this game. God, it's so painful holding friggin' shift with my pinky. I'm not even sure if I even have to hold W. It's just, you know, it's natural instinct to hold W to go forward.
Hide the wench, witches!
I guess I don't have to actually hold W. Oh well.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Huzzah! Return to Dandelion. We did good. Mark that so I know which way I'm going.
Another drifter in from Tamir.
Oh, so we gain a Mastercrafted saddle, because you know. The game thinks he did a horse race, so you need to have horses.
Well, another freak.
By the way, Mastercrafted saddle. Not that great. 35 stamina. Get out my inventory.
I wouldn't have thought to find you spreading it.
Okay, now then we want to go back to Dandelion. Oh yeah, bombs and crossbow bolts can activate deadly precision. It's only like a 1% to 2% chance, but still. It's pretty nice when it kicks in. Oh yeah, all those character entries we could read over. Way too many of them.
We'll deal with the witches, then we'll come for you. Don't you worry.
I'm by the chameleon. Grand opening tonight.
We start in G major, and
Master
Aye.
Dandelion and Priscilla. It needs a minor key
Oh.
but I wanted
to ruin everything. We'll start in E minor.
Oh, this place looks nice. Now go to Bowie.
My. Nice work.
They've a long way to go yet. Straighten that line. Hannah, lift your knees. Higher. There you go.
Nice.
so we start.
By the
in
way,
G-
why is the chest still here? I would have moved by now. Well, boop. Boop. My legend ever grows.
I told you, the piece is sad.
Well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it, especially the accoutrements on the wall. What about
I think I
Rotlick?
usually want to put the
Did you
up
get the
style.
placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
I think.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
So everything seems good now.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking,
He's all right.
and she say anything about me?
Yes, did your fangs, pal.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time.
That look away like...
One thing's
oh,
eating
shit.
me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
Dandelion. I feel
She's
out
late,
late.
of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time, you know.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's
What? Speak, man.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Volmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Well, time for things to take a sad turn. Everything was going so good. Gotta bounce out that good with something bad. That was a decent plot twist.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Well, why don't you just bold to jump into this?
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morning Star, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Well, again,
think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers? Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, basically a surgeon who goes through the sewers. Doesn't seem suspicious at all. He's so eager to go prevent this.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
So, Dr. Badass just comes down here and kills drowners. For sport. Preventive medicine. Drowners and a water hag. And lag. Get me so for life frickin' times. So anyway, we were talking.
But of course. Yes. What is it?
No, more drowners.
Come on!
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
And that is pretty shit. I mean, let's take a moment to think about this. I mean, basically, preface there's a bit beating up and all that, but the fact, basically they poured acid, well, a type of acid practically, down her throat. Yeah, that is pretty freaking bad. I mean, yeah, they could have cut out her heart and all that too, which would have been worse. But the fact that basically she makes a living, you know, singing and stuff, acting. And now, well, she can't even do that because, yeah. It's pretty freaking bad. Made you feel bad for her. Told you. It's a sad plot twist. Because everything's going so well, then all of a sudden, oop, this happens.
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
That's a go for purposes of blah 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 stuff. I could take time to read it, but you know, works. There's a lot of them still. I was just randomly living. That is not a dwarf.
Human. Wrong body type.
Why did I pick up a broken rake?
Looks like necrophages got to this one.
So much booze. Like, holy crap. Do you need this much booze in the morgue?
This isn't it.
Of course it's not it. It's not a dwarf. Of course, look for a dwarf. None of these are dwarves.
Human. Wrong body type.
Exactly. There's a female. John's got the chest.
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Well, there you go.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
Here we go.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Of course not, I'm a witcher.
Where?
I don't think we must check his genitals.
Genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages, no sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Let's look at his
Okay,
head.
now that's actually looking
Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Well, that's pretty bad. Jeez.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Well,
let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Yeah, because, you know, we didn't wear surgical gloves back in them days.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
But why?
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
That's some messed up shit right there. Pouring with formaldehyde down someone's throat.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard, right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Yeah.
And a different sense of
humor.
humor.
Around corpses all day, you gotta do something to keep yourself entertained.
Alright, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Sure of one thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
There's one of your biggest clues to this. He's not changed a bit. 30 years. He looks old, he looks young. So there's something up about this guy. Just from that right there.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You look like the guy who got
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Not the sewers this time.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Who is...
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Well, Belzer's
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I decide when we're done with the subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist... The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. There you have it.
Well, that was a bit short.
What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
We must investigate all the possible leads.
Oh, God. A Reaper's come for me.
Game, we are not headed to Skellige. Oh, so we can talk to him
Yes,
now.
Geralt?
These murders. Got any suspects?
No, Geralt. Though all in all I should have.
What do you mean?
By virtue of my profession, I know Novigrad's underworld better than most. Dozens of mercenaries, racketeers, bandits, and hired assassins have had their turn on my operating table. Rogues, one and all.
But yeah, none would
But
do
I
that.
believe even they could not kill in this manner. So horribly cruel, yet cold, methodical, with absolute precision.
It is pretty
Concluding this
fucked
overlong explanation, I've no notion who's behind it, but I fear them like hell.
Go to the university.
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink. I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
No, say no, Shawnee.
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shawnee. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission. You can't
Yeah,
argue with
mister,
them.
I'm gonna go clean the sewers. I'll frickin' drowners.
Farewell.
But hell, if you want to go do that, good luck to you. Just takes pay out of me, though. Because I'm a witcher. I get paid to do that.
What's he doing here?
Also, no, we're not gonna go to the boat. So where do I want to go? I suppose I could go see Eustace, the corpse collector.
Darkness everywhere.
Poor Lidinda.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One wench so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid. You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I as you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded wing, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
I feel better now.
Oi, fucking hell! What was that for?
For everything.
Yeah, just lay there with the bodies. Now then.
Darby's cows himself.
Yeah, it is in close proximity, isn't it? I want to hit this one first.
Pamperin.
Pamperin. Pamperin.
No bread.
I haven't really heard that since that one.
So, how you go with this thing?
I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me. Had a profitable case of leprosy 1 minute, next thing I know I'm bankrupt. With no means to earn me livelihood.
What's the rush?
Can't really be a beggar. You had leprosy.
One drink,
You're
all
gone
I
away
had.
with being a beggar. Now, whoop, it's gone. This is not the. I see. I have to go basically. Wait, do I have to go that way? Huh. I thought I went the other way. Wait, this. The direction to a wheel.
Another drifter.
No, doors. There we go.
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on, come on then. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. But better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Well, let's investigate.
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Well, I do have fancy in case. So
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames. Fire can repel or nourishment. Fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That's why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. However fair its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of whoever mocks it. The same shall lose its life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Concerned citizen. So we have someone. So apparently we are a serial killer, is totally into the internal fire.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. but I'll open it for you if you want.
So we can start adding up things.
More blood stains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood, left a few stains behind. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Eyes, humanoid. Completely rotten. Nothing interesting.
Aye.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that would crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did, till one sermon at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Already
So
know
the
what
Gentrifier
happened.
doesn't like
Fabian
them.
was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered, then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I hadn't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard, then made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city. Fine, we've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
Huh. Now we should investigate the alley. Down probably in the video.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Ah!
Yeah, but I need to go to investigate this first.
Good tramp. No regrets
Hey,
left your
handsome.
stomping ground.
Human. Priscilla's. A brazier. This time of year?
Sis, that him.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Fucking come on!
Wait, what?
You're carrion! Try me, prick.
Damn it.
But I don't know, townsfolk are trying to attack me again.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did.
You could work in the cabaret,
But Priscilla,
I suppose.
she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street
Just
corners.
about the
Sorry to hear that.
fire.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally. We'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Okay.
Oh, my head's ringing.
My bad.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde. Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weighed on his heel. Took a step back.
Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals every lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting dopplers can hide from its light. Not even witches and sorcerers so attempt at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immoral magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts, and then turn a fire will expose you for all all monsters and sinners. Or else burn you too in its flames.
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing.
A brazier. This time of year?
No. Turtle.
So, what is it?
Think I know what happened here. Priscilla fought back, her assailant retreated, and knocked over the brazier. Someone must have heard it. Maybe saw something, started hollering. Guards showed up. Murderer didn't finish the job, didn't cover his tracks. Just collected himself and leapt over the wall. Trail ends there.
And leapt over the wall.
You divined all this from a pile of rubbish and a few prints in the mud.
Do that practically every day in my profession. And practice makes perfect.
True enough. Just like I can tell right off if a punt'll pay or try to wriggle out of it.
That particular skill I could use myself.
Yeah, people do try to, you know.
Take care now. And I got a murderer to catch.
Yep. I do have a murderer to catch, don't I? Apparently now I need to go see the coroner. But I think I'll save that for next episode. Hope y'all enjoyed, thank y'all, and have a nice day.